The time is 6:33 p.m. Today is December 15th, 2025, 6:30 for the regularly posted agenda for the regular school board meeting. I'd like to welcome everybody to tonight's meeting, those here in person and those watching. And this is a regular meeting called by the AISD Board of Trustees to be held in the AISD Administration ISD Boardroom, number 2, Couch Hall, Alice, Texas 78332, and this meeting is called to order. At this time, I'd like to do a roll call. We have Dr. Trevino's present, myself, Jennifer Barrera, Mr. Herman Ariano is present. Not in attendance is Mr. Ciro Figueroa. Mr. Adrian Peña is present, Mrs. Debbie Guerra is present, Mr. Cody Reeves is present, and Mr. Lee Ramon is present. So we now have a quorum in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, section 551.043 of the Texas Government Code. On to item number 3, the pledge to the United States flag, to the Texas flag, and the sign. Dr. Trevino?
Yes, today we're very happy to have Ozias Charles, the son of Jaden Charles, that will be helping us with the Pledge of Allegiance. He's a second grade student at Dubose Elementary. And with him also is Kasumi Martinez, third grade student from Dubose Elementary, the daughter of Saramon Martinez and Blanca Ortiz. So thank you for leading us.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Ozias and Kasumi. Y'all did fabulous.
On to item number 4, recommend approving the board meeting minutes for the regular school board meeting for November 17th of 2025 and the special call meeting for November 20th of 2025. We have a motion at this time for approval. There's a motion by Mr. Ramon. Is there a second? And a second by Mrs. Guerra. Mr. Ariano?
Aye.
Mr. Peña?
Aye.
Mrs. Guerra? Aye. Mr. Reeves?
Aye.
Mr. Ramon?
Aye.
Myself, aye. Motion passes. On to item number 5, the public comment. At this time, has anybody signed up for your public comment sheet? No? On to item number 6, the superintendent's report. Dr. Goodman?
Thank you. Good evening, members of the board, members of the audience. Super excited tonight to be recognizing some of our students. So I do invite Mr. Americo Perez to recognize 2 of our fine art students that continue to excel.
Mrs. Barrera, Board President, Dr. Trevino, Superintendent of School, Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, good evening. We're here to speak on behalf of 2 of our fine arts students, Mr. Vicentiano Sanchez, who was an 11th grade saxophone player in our high school band, and Mr. Enrique Garcia on the 4th, who was a percussion player, a senior in our high school band, as well as one of our drum majors. First, Vicentiano Sanchez. Back in September, he competed at the TMEA Region Jazz Auditions held here in Alice, which invited schools from Laredo, Corpus Christi, Victoria. And at that contest, he earned 2nd chair out of all the saxophones, and he will be in the first TMEA Region Jazz Band, which will be held in late January. Now, after that, he was also vying for a spot in the TMEA Region Jazz Area Jazz Auditions, which is not like band. They ask you to record the music, and that recording's sent around the state and it's judged. And there were 61 alto saxophones throughout the state of Texas. And it's a great honor for Mr. Sanchez. He earned 29th chair out of 61 alto saxophones. And for Mr. Garcia, Mr. Garcia, I received an email about 3 weeks ago from a gentleman. His name was Mr. Chad Schugert from San Antonio. Back when our high school band was at the area marching contest at Judson High School, there was a picture on Instagram that was shared with me, and it was a picture of Mr. Garcia conducting. And Mr. Schugert in the email said that he's a CEO for an online magazine in San Antonio entitled Movement 35. And that magazine selected 6 students in the state of Texas that they were going to feature. And they selected Mr. Garcia to be one of those students from Alice ISD. And it's a great honor. I just sent all the information. These are some of the pictures that we shared to show Mr. Garcia. They also, I just found out today that yesterday he sent Mr. Garcia a little survey of questions that I didn't know about, that he just asked questions about how, what Ricky does. So I'm curious to read those questions tomorrow, but we're very proud that he's going to be featured in the January 26th edition of Movement 35 in State of Texas, one of 6 students. So Mr. Garcia, congratulations for being come.
Congratulations.
Ricky, always a good job.
Thank you so much. Thank you, appreciate it.
Congratulations.
That's
awesome.
Congratulations.
This is Mr. Garcia.
Congratulations.
Great job, man. Good job. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Reddish, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Pettis, did you say?
Awesome. You can stand over here. Maybe you want to. Over here a little bit. Hold on. Here we go. Ready, time? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
If we can have their family members stand up and be recognized, I know there's grandma there. But I know that Miss Sanchez, this is your son, so come on.
All right.
Come on up and take a picture with your mom, sir.
1, 2, 3.
Ricky, you can come on. Mom's coming.
Here we go. 1, 2. Thank you.
If I could just mention really quick, it is an online magazine, which will be in the January 26th edition. I will share it with everybody so you can see it. And I also wanted to quickly mention that Enrique was also involved in that Team EA Region Jazz, and he is the first chair drummer for that group. So very proud. Have a wonderful evening. Happy holidays.
Thank you. And thank you again, Ricky. And I don't want to mispronounce your name because you have a very unique name, Mr. Sanchez. Crescenciano.
Yes.
Great job. And parents, thank you for your support. They're going to continue to excel. Next, we do have Campus Accountability Rating and Distinction Designation. So I invite Ms. Gracie Garcia, Ms. Lori Orthandolina Duches up to cover this particular item.
Good evening, members of the board, board president, Dr. Trevino, members of the audience. Back in September, we shared the 2025 accountability ratings from TEA for the district and for each of the campuses. We were very excited about the growth that was shown in the B rating received by the district, but also very eager to continue the work toward the next level of achievement. So in the months since then, all of our campuses have been very hard at work. Leaders, staff, and students are focused in on reaching campus and district goals for the school year and driving toward that A rating. However, on any journey, It is important to focus on the goal, but also to stop and acknowledge and celebrate the milestones that are reached along the way. So this evening, we will be presenting principals of Alice ISD's B-rated campuses with commemorative plaques for display on campus in order to share the recognition of achievement with students, staff, and families who all work together as a team to reach those milestones. So for our first campus, I would like to call up Ms. Jasmine Dominguez, principal of DuBose Elementary. DuBose Elementary earned a B rating in the 2025 accountability ratings.
Congratulations.
Good job.
I would also like to recognize, more. More. I would also like to recognize DuBose Elementary for distinction designations earned. Each distinction designation requires campuses to rank in the top 25% of certain indicators when compared to 40 campuses of similar size and demographics as assigned by TEA. So DuBose earned the following distinction designations: academic achievement in mathematics, post-secondary readiness, and top 25% comparative closing the gaps. Thank you, Jasmine.
Okay.
The academy goes to.
I know.
Crazy tall.
Next, we have Mrs. Catherine Lori Trafton, principal of Symes Elementary.
Yeah.
Symes Elementary also earned a B-rated campus for 2025 accountability.
Good job.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And Symes has earned the following distinction designations: academic achievement in reading language arts, academic achievement in mathematics, top 25% comparative academic growth, post-secondary readiness, and top 25% comparative closing the gaps. Six pockets.
They can help you hold some. Just
Spread them out.
There you go.
So, step this way. Right there.
Next, we have Dr. Kimberly Galvan, principal of Shallard Elementary. Shallard also earned a B rating in 2025 accountability.
Congratulations.
Awesome job.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hope you watched the strategy for holding. Shallard earned the following distinction designations: academic achievement in reading language arts, academic achievement in mathematics, top 25% comparative academic growth, post-secondary readiness, and top 25% comparative closing the gaps. Also, next, representing Alice High School, we have Principal Dr. Marisa Kubala and Early College High School Principal Dr. Sidonio Bentley. Alice High School also earned a B rating in 2025 accountability.
Congratulations. Good job.
Great job. Thank you.
Good job.
Alice High School earned the following academic distinction designations: academic achievement in reading language arts, and academic achievement in science.
All right. Oh, yeah.
And if we could get the five principals of the four campuses to come up for a picture together. We're very proud of the work being done at AISD, and we are super excited for the future. We do know this is a team effort, so we do also want to thank all of you for your support as well in everything that we do. And we look forward to presenting even more of these next year. So Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you.
I'd like to say something. I just want to commend you all on such a great job. I specifically know how hard all the blood, sweat, and tears that go into making that happen. And so I'm just wanting to say how, on behalf of the board, how very proud we are of not only the campuses, but the district for doing such a good job. Good job.
Thank you.
The work doesn't end, right? The team is fabulous and they're hardworking, and we remind them all the time that good is the enemy of great. So we're going to continue to strive for that A, and we're all driving in that direction. So thank you all. And thank you, like Ms. Funcha said, it takes an entire team to make that happen. And before the holiday wishes are announced, I'd like to just publicly share, and I know it's been on our Facebook, but Alice ISD as a district and Alice ISD Board of Trustees have made the finals for the HEB Excellence Award. And again, it's wonderful when people from the outside are looking in and saying something magical is happening in Alice ISD. So for us to be made, or to make finals in both categories is very rare. So again, commendations to the entire community, because it is a team effort. And I'm just so proud to be working alongside amazing individuals that always put students first. And now we have a special video to share with everyone on the wishes that we have for our community.
Merry Christmas from Alice ISD. May your season be filled with joy and peace and lots of Christmas cheer. Please enjoy this special gift of holiday greetings from our amazing students and staff.
Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from the Bulls Elementary School. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Charlotte Elementary. Feliz Navidad. Merry Christmas! We wish you a Merry Christmas from the best school, Woody Mountains Middle School. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Y próspero año desde la escuela de Bulls Elementary. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from Lady Kyle Basketball.
Feliz Navidad.
Merry Christmas.
Season's greetings
From
DuBose Elementary, Charlotte Elementary,
Science Elementary.
and Newton Elementary. See you in 2026.
Happy holidays.
From William Adams Middle School and Alice High School. Go Coyotes!
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas from Alice ISD.
On behalf of the Alice ISD School Board, we'd like to wish
Our students,
Our staff,
our community, a very Merry Christmas.
On behalf of Alice ISD, we want to wish our students, staff, families, and community a very Merry Christmas. This season reminds us of the importance of gratitude, kindness, and coming together. Thank you for your continued support and partnership throughout the year. We wish you a safe, joyful holiday season and a happy new year. We look forward to 2026.
Go Pete. I can leave. Make sure that worked.
Well, I would just like to wish everybody again a Merry Christmas. And really, we were talking about it earlier, who believes in Santa? And, you know, it's a season of believing in yourself, wishes, miracles, and really I really want to thank all of y'all for working and believing in yourselves, your students, our community, and just enjoy the season. Just peace, relax, joyous, and we'll see you at the end. What, New Year's? Yes, hopefully. And then we're gonna work towards the A, right?
Yes, every day. Thank you, and I'd like to continue with the academic update, staying focused, and I invite Dr. Kubala and Dr. Siganthu to give us an update on Alice High School.
Good evening. On behalf of Dr. Gandhu, Board President, good evening, board members, audience members. Thank you all for being here this evening as we present our academic update. So we'll begin, again, we are staffed with our administration team, myself and Dr. Gandhu. We have our Dean of Instruction, Maria Gonzalez, as well as our assistant principal, Dr. De La Rosa, Mr. Everett, Dr. Gonzalez, and Leslie Starts, our campus testing coordinator. Something that we hold true to our daily values and our mission, and also our vision to prepare, empower, and produce lifelong learners, and also to cultivate an academically and career-driven, self-sufficient student body yielding successful members of society. And interesting note, I had to go to the doctor today, and one of the people attending me was a former student. So I was explaining to the admin team and to Dr. Trevino as well that we are literally preparing the future in our classrooms and in our hallways. They are going to be taking care of us in just a couple of years, and they're going to be also governing and running our society. So it's important, it's imperative that we do our best to make sure that the education that they receive through Alice ISD is the best, which we are capable of doing as well. So our agenda covering the academic update is going to include the focus, which is STAR, advanced placement classes, dual credit, as well as the ECHS program. Our senior class of 2026 will also cover attendance, discipline, and what our commitment is moving forward. So just a brief little history of our STAR assessment. We have all of our scores dating back from 22-23 by our 5 EOCs, English 1, English 2, Algebra, Biology, and U.S. History. And we've made gains as we go through. We have our 2025 outcome, which is right in the middle of that. This is where we ended up last school year. And then we have our goals going into this school year. Something to note is that in October, we assessed our students with the first district benchmark, and that was in, it was in October. And if you notice, comparing those last two columns, in 2024, you see the results. You have two different numbers. For instance, I'm gonna highlight English 1. So last year, the first time testers, which are all students new to English 1, when they tested in November of that year, they ended up at a 69% with passing. When we included the retesters later on that school year, then we ended up with 58%. So just to take note of the work that we have to do, because this time in October, when we district benchmarked our students, we ended with 43%. So we're looking at data, we're looking at students individually to see what moves we need to make and what interventions we need to provide for our students. We are making some moves in English 2. We're just right below where we were last year. Algebra 1, again, we have a new curriculum this year, Bluebonnet, and our teachers, when they have taught those first 3 months of August, September, October, had only covered certain units that had not, what I was told was that only 18 questions out of the 50 questions were, had been delivered taught in the curriculum. So that's just something to know. With our biology, we are making strides, and then U.S. history is working well above where we were last year. However, we're never going to be satisfied with that. There's still a lot of moves to make. Moving on, we are seeing gains with our retesters. Last year, we had 103 English 1, this year 93, and if you look across each subject area, we do see decreases from the year before. We have a slight increase in U.S. history. Also something to note, U.S. history is tested during the junior year, and this year we had 9 students that were dual credit students. So they ended up finishing their U.S. history 1301 and 1302, so therefore they tested in December, making it the first time that they could take their U.S. history test. So just to make a note of that.
And in this one, smaller numbers is better.
Yes, smaller numbers is better. It's decreasing the number of times or students that have to take the test again. And just a reminder that for graduation requirements, our students need to pass 5 of the STAR, and there also is the IGC, which is that individual graduation committee, and that allows students, if they pass 3 out of the 5, if they complete some projects, they can graduate. But our focus is to have all of our coyotes pass all 5 of the STAR. Our academic focus also includes monitoring, lesson planning, and lesson delivery. We are committed to facilitated planning every Monday. Our teachers go into our dean's office, and it's set up for our students, for our teachers, to meet with one another, to look at their lesson plans and plan within their grade levels. We also track their lesson plans, and we provide feedback, and we also monitor across all of our administrators. We're assigned our teachers that we appraise. So far to date, from August to now, we've conducted 707 documented walkthroughs. So we monitor what we value. We monitor our teachers because we value their instruction. We value the instruction that's being given to our students because our students receive that instruction, turn it around, and then produce. We also have PLC meetings, which are bi-monthly, and they will be out there. They are on Tuesdays. We have targeted teach-based tutoring, data disaggregation. We have teacher and student goal setting conferences. We have intervention and tutoring that occurs through either small group or through pullouts, and of course our Saturday school academies. And also we have built-in instructional co-teaching. This is some examples of what happens. So there you see our core areas: English, math, science, and social studies. Those are the periods that our teachers are off. They all collectively go on Mondays, like I said, to room 234, and we have the agenda, and they have their objectives for the day, for that period. Again, it's protected planning, so we do not schedule any Rs or any other type of meetings, and this is strictly for teachers to plan. Moving forward, we also have some examples of the data disaggregation that our teachers go through. Once they have a checkpoint, teachers evaluate their data, they look for the weakest teaks, they identify those teaks and determine what caused the students not to perform well in those areas. And so that's also especially important with moving forward and also with providing support to our students. So we're now going to visit our Alice High School classrooms, and I'm very proud to announce that we've increased our advanced placement AP course offerings. So back in 23-24, we only offered 3. Last year we offered 9, and now we're offering 12. So we're climbing, we're providing more for our students, and the feedback that we're getting is tremendous. We have former students that are sitting at Baylor University and another student that is attending A&M Corpus. They came back and they told their AP Calculus teacher that because of the instruction they received in their AP Calculus classroom, they were able to help their peers in college because they learned so well at Alice High School. So I thought that was tremendous from getting that feedback from those students that they were prepared when they got to college and they were able to offer support to others. So that's great. Moving forward, these are the teachers that are teaching those classes. We have AP Art, Biology, Calculus AB, Computer Science, English Language, English Literature, and on the last column, you notice the number of students enrolled. We are building our programs, we are adding new AP classes, so our students need to make those tough decisions with whether they take that or whether they take a dual credit class. Some students do both, but it's very rare that you'll find that, but the majority of our students are going toward the AP direction. It does provide a solid foundation and prepares them for college. Rounding off the AP classes, we have government, human geography, we have macroeconomics, AP physics, AP US history, and then world history. And again, the numbers of the students enrolled. Our more popular classes are the language, the literature, and the social studies classes. Any questions so far about AP classes? We also have dual credit classes that we offer in partnerships with Coastal Bend College, Del Mar College, and A&M Kingsville. And these are the courses that our current students are enrolled in. If you notice, Coastal Bend College has a slate of classes more so than Del Mar and A&M Kingsville. We've been in a partnership with Coastal Bend College since 2015, so we've gotten to know their professors, and our students are more comfortable in that respect, taking the myriad of classes. We just partnered with Del Mar College last year, so our students are now taking classes through Del Mar. And of course, we have our new partnership with A&M Kingsville, where we have professors coming over to the high school to teach English 1301. As far as the number of students enrolled for this fall semester, we have 115 in Coastal Bend College, 26 enrolled at Del Mar, and 25 enrolled at A&M Kingsville. So in May 2026, we hope that we have the number of students listed there graduate with either their Associate of Arts, their Associate of Science. Then we have 7 of our students that are going to receive their Level 1 certification in welding. So again, these are students that are crossing the college stage, getting an associate's degree before they graduate from high school. So we're tremendously proud of these students and their accomplishments. And then Dr. Gantu is going to discuss CNA, the course that is being offered on our campus and being taught by Lorianne Vasquez.
So just to mention that we do have one graduate from CBC that's graduating on Friday. So I'm very proud of her, and she was excited today. And we do have 2 students that are graduating in May with a double major or a double associates. So we are partnering with the Coastal Bend in 2 areas. One is CNA and the other one is the EMT program. Very crucial programs for us. And so because our community is in need of CNAs and in need of EMTs. So it's important to note that by contract, we can only allow 10 students at a time for our CNA. So we can have a teacher teaching 2 courses, two separate courses of 10 students. Right now, we do have 1. And the course actually meets the needs of our community. We do have an advisory committee that lets us know what our community needs are, and that's one, and it's growing fast. It also enables seniors that have graduated to take part-time jobs while they're actually going to college, and also the CNA program requires the nursing programs require CNA background or certification from students. So we do have a certified registered nurse instructor. Her name is Lauren Vasquez, and she teaches it at the high school, but through CBC. And so it's important, this program is very important to support students, not only in the nursing pathways, but also to meet the local staffing needs. The EMT is also a program that is needed locally. Like, for example, we don't have EMT companies here in Alice. We do have to reach out into different communities so that they can start working here. So it's important that we have 11 students that we're working with, and that is James Winterbottom, is a certified experienced EMT instructor from Alice High School, and he teaches through the course at CBC. The training is important because especially for those students that want to pursue a career in medical specialists or doctors, they need to have that background. So that's a very important course in order to satisfy not only the capacity of Alice, but also the career pathways for students.
And moving on from our dual credit and early college high school programs, let's talk about our seniors now. So our class of 2026 is comprised of 283 seniors. At present, we have 81 seniors that are at risk for graduation. So the number of those seniors, they can be broken down among STAR EOC, some of them 01, some of them 02 or 3. We have a number of students, 81 actually, that owe credits. Either they owe 1 credit, in which I'll break down in the next slide, or more. And then we have 9 seniors that are on attendance contracts. So the only positive that I see on this slide is that the attendance is being increased. We do have less seniors that are in attendance trouble than we have in the years past. So attendance is making a huge difference on our campus. But now we need to work on the classroom instruction and getting those credits the first time. So we do have a program on our campus called Ingenuity, and our students take those credit recovery classes with 3 of our teachers, and they work through all the courses that they have. They watch videos, they take notes, and then they're going to take a quiz or an assessment to move forward with getting credit back that they should have originally received. As far as our seniors, the 81, we have 14 that owe just 1 to 2 credits. We have 31 that are behind by 3 to 5, and then we have 36 with 5 or more. Again, Dr. Ganthu and I work together with the rest of our admin team, with our Ingenuity, with our credit recovery teachers to ensure that these students are recovering their credit and they're staying on task. We also need to focus on college, career, and military ready. So just so everybody knows, there are 8 ways that a student can earn a CCMR point. And the list is there for y'all. They either pass all 3 of their TSI exams, which comprise of reading, writing, and math. They earn either 9 hours in any dual credit course, or they just take English 1301 or Math 1332, and they earn an hour, or they earn the CCMR point there. They can also earn an industry-based certification by taking CTE classes. They can enlist in the military. They can pass an approved college bridge course, or they can earn a cumulative score of 40 on the ACT or a 480 in reading and writing and a 530 on the math for SAT. And they can also earn an employability skill. So we have a number of students who earned their CCMR. Some have earned it in more than just one of those areas. However, the point discounts once for our students. With monitoring our students, presently in December, we have 165 seniors. We're waiting on the results of one. We took his essay test today. And so hopefully tonight it'll be 166 out of 283. So we're at 58% with our CCMR seniors. Our goal is to be at 270 or higher at the end of the school year and to be at that 95% or higher. How we track our students is so important because, again, we monitor what we value. We monitor by cohort, so we're monitoring our freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and our seniors, of course. We share monthly gains, percentages. We have a group chat that we are constantly communicating with one another. We have our fine arts director, Mr. Bettis. We have our athletic director, Coach Castellano. We have our admin team. We have a number of teachers on our campus that equally share, along with our counselors and our social workers, the huge, I guess, promise that lays there for our students to get those CCMR points. So part of that includes this tracker, and this is just a snippet of it. We have 283 students listed on our senior cohort 2026 tracker, and that's just a small representation of what we track. If you notice at the top, you have the different categories where we track whether they've gotten their gold credits, whether they've earned it through military, whether they've earned it through TSI, or through an IBC. And if you notice, the TSI is going to be the bulk of it. We're helping students. So our goal is by the time they graduate Alice High School, they step onto the college campus, our goal is for them to be TSI complete. That way, when their advisor asks them to take the TSI before they register for classes, all they have to do is show their scores and say, I am TSI complete, I am ready to take those courses I need for my degree plan. So it's essential that we prepare our students. How do we do that? Through tutoring, through boot camps, through individualized tutoring. We have our coach, Castellano, who tutors our students. We have our band director who's talking to his band students. It's a whole team effort. Also, I'm not gonna leave y'all out, but our central office executive directors and directors also help out too. We're monitoring CCMR constantly because there's so much to gain from by our students from doing this, just to make sure that they're ready for college, military, or the workforce. We also are recognizing our seniors. We've ordered 280 t-shirts because our goal is to get those 280 seniors CCMR ready. We have in the works a yard sign that we're going to be passing out to our students, and that's a little mock-up of the sign that will be placed in their yards. And our goal is for all of Alice neighborhoods to have at least one or two or more signs in the neighborhood showing that a CCMR complete student lives there. And that'll be from freshmen all the way to seniors. Moving on to attendance initiatives, we have attendance contracts in place. A total of 127 attendance contracts have been successfully completed since August. So students have regained their credit lost by lack of attendance in years prior. We also have parent-student meetings. We have our parent liaison, counselors and workers working with admin to conduct either home visits, which we've conducted 47. We've had 241 student meetings and 46 parent conferences. So again, it takes a team to make sure that our students are being successful, and the way they can be successful is by showing up to school and being ready to learn. We also have attendance check-ins, and we do this at the third week at the end of the 6 weeks, and we pull our students out. We talk to them, everything from grades, attendance, next steps, and so forth. So we care about the child as a whole. So it's not just the CCMR, it's not just the STAR, but it's attendance as well. Furthermore, we have our Free Dress Fridays, which have been very popular this year. If students are in attendance Monday through Thursday, no tardies and no early checkouts, then they receive a wristband on Thursday, and then they can have the free dress on Friday. So they're taking advantage of that. We also have attendance treats such as popcorn and pickle, pizza and soda days, and concession stands during lunches. Our juniors have won the cohort challenge for this semester. They recorded a number of 20 days where they're at 95% or above. For high school, that's an amazing feat. Again, we're not satisfied with that. We're going to move and increase our numbers just by advertising to our parents through social media, by talking to our students and helping them realize that coming to school is going to be their gain at the end. We do have a field day tomorrow at the multipurpose complex where our students, our juniors, are going to be participating in that. And talking about attendance, so we have the actions, now we have the numbers, we have the data to back it up. So if you look at the 24-25 column and compare it to the 25-26 column, you'll see the gains in green. So we've increased every single month. But more importantly, I need to draw your attention to the 23-24 column, because back 3 years ago, we were in the 80s, and that is not acceptable. Now we're climbing to the 90s, and Dr. Guthrie can agree with me that getting them to 93, 94, 95 is a huge accomplishment, but we're moving in that direction. So our goal is to keep on progressing with our attendance. And then now to round everything off is our discipline data. So if you notice, our discipline data as far as violation of student code of conduct has dropped dramatically. We have a decrease of 282 violations. And then if you notice, we have also terroristic threat listed, assault against a person, not a school employee, fighting or mutual combat, marijuana, THC, e-cigarettes, and fighting. There's been decreases in almost every category except a couple, but we are seeing some movement toward a more disciplined campus. But again, our work is not done. So we still need to monitor and make sure our students are behaving in the classroom and in the hallways. And then as far as our discipline placements for fall semester, again, compared to last year to this year, we have huge decreases in the number of ISS placements, OSF, and DAP. Our administrators talk to our students, try to work out issues so that we avoid keeping them in ISS because they need to be in the classroom learning. And again, our commitment at Alice High School and with Alice ISD is to provide a safe and supportive classroom. Students learn best when they feel safe and when they feel supported. We also want to graduate every coyote and have them be college, career, and military ready. And again, all of this includes achieving for that A. About 3 years ago, we were at a 67 campus rating. Now we're at an 80. We're at that B, but again, we're not satisfied because we know that our students deserve better. Our community deserves better. And we know that we have intelligent students at Alice ISD. We know that we all make a difference in their lives, and hopefully we prepare them for the future. It's been a hard road, I'm not gonna lie, but with the support of the team, we're making great strides. And board, I thank you for your support, and I thank you for just listening to us and providing us what we need to make sure that our classrooms and our students are successful. And also, on behalf of Dr. Gantiu and myself and the administration and staff, I would like to wish you a Merry Christmas, and I'm running out of breath, sorry. But Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we would just hope that everybody enjoys the season and the reason for celebrating Christmas. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Cabal and Dr. Gantiu.
Do y'all have any questions for us before?
How did you do it?
I think it's spelled W-O-R-K.
I do want to say one thing before I go back and sit. The AP initiative first started because of Dr. Trevino, and so when she brought that in, you know, it made a big difference for us. So as we're adding more courses, she's the reason why.
Thank you, sir, but it is a team effort. And so next we have Liana Vasquez with our monthly update.
Good evening, Board President, members of the board, Dr. Trevino, members of the audience. Today I bring to you the Student Services Update for December. I'm going to start off with my favorite, the campus attendance. If you look at our numbers compared to last year and this year, you're going to see at Alice High School is 90.35%, and this year 91.33%, giving them that 0.98% increase. For the middle school is 93.36%, this year 93.21%. Although it was at that negative 0.15%, the campus does continue to maintain that strong attendance above that 93%. For Noonan Elementary, last year 93.78%, this year 94.46%, giving them the 0.68% increase. For Science Elementary, 94.02%, this year 94.67%, giving them the 0.65% increase. For Charlotte Elementary, 94.81%, this year 95.36%, giving them the 0.55% increase. And then we do have a big change for DeBose Elementary. Last year at 92.76%, this year 95.96%, giving them the 3.20% increase. So this demonstrates their measurable improvement in student engagement and school success. As a district, we had 92.68% last year, this year 93.64%, which gave us a 0.96% increase. Nearly that 1 point growth in attendance still shows the district's strategies and initiatives are producing positive results. Monthly attendance revenue loss analysis in November of last year was $161,528.89. This year at $132,765.11, giving us a revenue savings of $28,763.78. This savings does speak volumes about our students' commitment to being in school and engaged in learning. This one is a much bigger comparison. So this is your 24, 25, and 25, 26 school years from August to November. Everything that is highlighted shows where the increase happened. So if you look at everything on the 2025, you're going to see all the increases compared to last school year. Now, we do have a couple, like probably in August to last year, we had, Shallard that had one, very little, but they're still above that 95%. In September, same thing. The numbers have increased, but they still managed to be above that 94%, which is our predicted for this school year. Last year, we did end at 92.91%, but that is going to be a huge increase for us this year. I'm confident we're going to get at that 94. I'll give you a few minutes if you want to look at it. The last two columns, I do want to say that that is from the first day of school until the first 2 weeks of December. So right now, the district is sitting at 94.22%. Last year, we were at 93.70%. So we do have a lot of gains and positive results from this attendance. Moving on. The DIP placement comparison. This is from August to November. This is our secondary campuses. And I took you back to 23-24 because I wanted to see the decrease on these. So in 23-24, they were at 102. These are DAP placements. 24-25, we were at 78. This year right now, up into November, we're at 43. So that does show that in 23-24 to 24-25, we did have 24 fewer students, which gave us a 23.5% decrease. In 24-25 to 25-26, we had 35 fewer students, giving us that 44.87% decrease. And then overall from 23-24 to 25-26 school years, you're going to see we had 59 fewer students, giving us this 57.84% decrease. So this does reflect, like I said, the positive behaviors that is happening at the campuses. We got less kids in trouble as used to in the past, and now I would say that a part of this does have to do with that no cell phone policy. We do have a lot less kids fighting. I know high school just shared their numbers from 20 to 8. They had a 60% reduction, and at WAMS they went from 9 to 4, having that 56% decrease. And then just an update on the personal device pickups at the secondary campuses. For the month of November, we had at the high school 52 devices that were picked up. We had 40 cell phones, 11 earbuds, 1 smartwatch. And at WAMS, we had 11 cell phones and 1 game system, giving them the 12. Okay, any questions on the student services update before I go over the nursing? Last thing I just want to bring up, this is more like informational. So our Alice High School has a continued partnership with Coastal Bend College. And what they do is they take the nursing students that are currently enrolled over there, and once they pass their exams and they go on to doing their practicum, they're able to go to any of the Alice ISD campuses. One student will go to any of the campuses, and they go about 2 to 4 days a week, and they're able to get hands-on. So what that is, the agreement has been in effect since November 13, 2023, and it still remains active unless either party terminates. CBC students are able to gain that hands-on experience in school nursing and pediatric care, with also giving them that exposure to health services in an educational setting. So they want to be a school nurse. This is good hands-on opportunities. In 24-25, last year, we did have 18 nursing students who met the criteria and did participate in the program. Now this school year, they are currently taking their exams to see who is going to be able to participate. They won't have a number until February of 2026, but do know that this program is active from February to April. So they're able to get a lot of that hands-on, and this is our 3rd year partnership with CBC. Just wanted to highlight that we do give those nursing students an opportunity. Okay, and that's all I have for tonight. Any questions? Well, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year if I don't see you all again.
Thank you, Mark. And yes, that was the next item on just the whole idea of us partnering with the Coastal Bend College. So these individuals are going into our clinics and helping our nurses and getting that experience. The next item that we have is the business update. Any questions for Melissa? I know she did share that she is putting every month the budget update regarding the bonds and any of the interest that we're accumulating from the bond. With student safety, any questions for Kim Kabbalah? If not, then I invite Tim. up to the podium with Weaver and Jacobs to give us an update on our stadium.
Good evening, people of the audience, board members, Dr. Trevino. I'm Tim Gleiser. I'm project manager for Weaver and Jacobs. We are the general contractor building the stadium. I'm here to give a monthly update of what's going on out on the job site. So I always just kind of start off with just an overview of the project. Obviously, this is a plan sheet. Kind of start, home side is off to the left. The field house is north, and then you have the visitors concession stand down there on the bottom. So this is just kind of an overview of everything. As you can see, the left side is the home side, field house is over there north of that, and then the visitors concession stand. Here's another view of that. Same thing. And then we're going to building A, which plumbing rough has been complete over there. Nothing has really changed much on the building A. Here's another view of it from the press box, kind of looking down, kind of see what's going on there. Go on to building B, which is the press box. Structural steel is about 95% done on that. They're down to detail work, braces, welding out, miscellaneous work there. Exterior metal studs is ongoing right now. I don't know if you can tell. There's some studs getting put up where the parapets are. And then the slab on the metal deck is ongoing. As you can tell, they have the rebar going in. I don't know if you can see that, but rebar is going down. They have that plan to be poured either into this week or early next week. So the second floor for the press box will be poured. The exterior concrete columns are also getting framed. There's a few out on the back side of the press box that just gets a nice concrete column on it. Here's another overview of the press box. You can see all the metal studs up on the parapet, up at the high roof. They started framing on the storefront windows that go on the front of the press box. They started, I think, 2 weeks ago on that. You can see our access ladders on the left. We should have masons on site beginning of the year to start the elevator shaft and go up with that CMU. Again, ongoing is just structural steel. Or structural metal studs will be going on for quite some time. But that's what's going on with the press box. And then this is building C, which plumbing rough is complete on that. It's kind of the same thing as building A. Just currently waiting on block with that to continue over there. We're doing as much as we can while we wait on masonry to show up, but that's where we're at on building C. Here's another overview of it. That's from the press box looking down. And then we'll go on to building D, which is the field house. The structural steel is about 85% done. The bar joists are erected, they're up. They're currently working on rooftop unit supports. Metal decking is also ongoing right now. They got the edge angle that's going up. They got to put that on first before they do the metal decking, which should go fairly quick. And then obviously you can tell the plumbing rough is going in as well. And then the exterior CMU walls are also to start at the beginning of the year over there at the field house. Here's another overview of that. I believe they started erecting that last Monday. So they did quite a bit of work in a week. Structural steel contractor we have out there, they move pretty quick. You kind of just got to get out of their way and they can make some stuff happen. This is building E. Last we gave you all an update. They were working on the electrical underground, the plumbing underground, and then also doing the structural footings along with the structural grade beams. That's all been complete. Foundation's been poured, and then the plumbing rough in is ongoing. They're about 95% done with that. And then we'll move on to the site, which we've been moving a lot of dirt, doing a lot of lime stabilization. Dirt guy's been kind of in and out, or not in and out, but doing a lot of work. We have Field Turf, which is the turf contractor. They're scheduled to mobilize this week to check grades, make sure everything's all good to go, and then they're gonna start on their underground system for the turf system the beginning of the year. That's exciting. Earthwork, kind of the same thing. Lime stabilization's complete with the football field, the track, the home and visitor side bleachers. They've completed rough grading on the southeast parking lot. And then have released field turf to get on the football field to start their work. And then that's kind of an overview of the football field, all rough graded, ready for turf contractor to get in there and get started. And then this is update on the site utilities. The fire lines 100% in, water lines are 100% in. The dry fire line is also 100% in. The storm system's about 97%. You see on that photo right there, that is our last connection for the storm system right there, from that manhole to the actual city system. And then sanitary sewer should start before the end of the year. They're waiting on some manholes, and that's it. And then this is just kind of an update on the CPR1 that was approved last board meeting. Asphalt demolition for that old asphalt is complete. The fence demo is complete, and then the building demo is ongoing. You can see the canopies are gone, and they're working pretty good on the metal building there. And then that's just kind of overview of over there where the old maintenance building used to be.
Transportation.
Yes, transportation maintenance. Any questions, concerns, comments?
On the field house, is there showers and restrooms?
Yes, sir.
No, I know a rep asked me that I was gonna ask Coach, but.
Yeah, so there's, on the left side, you got, I believe that is the visitor side, or it's vice versa. Vice versa, but yeah, there's, I mean, showers, kind of it's a game day locker room, so, there's some cubby holes for equipment and stuff like that, and there's a training room in there. It's pretty fancy, if I say so myself, so. But any other questions, concerns? Sorry?
I was looking for May.
So we're currently, I don't know if you can tell, but the concession stands right now are they really haven't had much movement lately, and that's all due to block supply chain issues. We're waiting on block. I don't want to give you a date, say we can or can't do it without actually having a confirmed shipment date on the block, which we're trying weekly, daily to improve, the delivery on the exterior block for those buildings and stuff. So that's kind of, I wouldn't say setting us back, but it's been a challenge with that. So I can't confirm or deny that. So once I actually get the block on site, then we can reevaluate, and then I'll let you know. I'll tell you a date, and then so. But
At least for graduation, right?
I'm trying. So, any other questions? All right.
And do we have any questions for Mr. Bettis or Coach for the fine arts or athletics?
The realignment, when does that take place, Coach? February?
It'll be the first Monday in February. I believe it's the second. Yes, sir. It's at the Regent Center.
Are you ready?
That concludes our, my superintendent.
Thank you, Dr. Trevino. On to item number 6I, the recess. We'll take a short recess, 5 to 7 minutes. The time is now 6:37. Thank you.
Enjoy the hot chocolate.
Oh,
On the agenda, the consent agenda. All items under the consent agenda are acted upon one motion. Upon a board member's request, any item on the consent agenda shall be moved to the action portion of the regular agenda.
Ms. Bennett, I'd like to request that we move item 7D out of consent and into action.
7D?
Yes, ma'am.
There's no 7. There's no 7. Or 7D.
No, there's no 7D.
I have it on my. I don't. I printed. This is the one I printed. Oh, the one I printed. Yes, but the one I printed. No, it's like that's 17, so they can point.
AISD District and Online. 7B1. AISD.
Yeah.
Campus improvement plan highlights.
Do they want this?
Okay. It's 7B1. Been wanting to recommend I move 7B1
To the,
to action, non-consent.
will be Dr.
No, ma'am.
Thank you. At this time, we would just like to acknowledge and thank the local community sponsors for supporting our students in our district. And we have made the following donations to Alice ISD. Thank you to Jan Irwin Real Estate LLC for making a donation of $250 to the Alice ISD Principals Meeting for November of 2025. Thank you to Silver Creek Construction for making a donation of $500 to the Alice ISD Principals Meeting in November of 2025. Thank you to Alice Heating Rescue and Air LLC for making a $500 donation to the Alice ISD Principals Meeting in November of 2025. Thank you to Barada Law Firm for making a $150 donation to the Alice High School Turkey Bowl. Thank you to Solo Operation Services for making a $150 donation to the Alice High School CTE Wellbeing Department. And also thank you to a local South Texas oil field company who donated and made an anonymous donation valued at $7,500 to the Alice ISD Transportation Facility for relocation of equipment. So thank you again to all of those sponsors. Other than the moving the item 7B1 from the consent agenda, do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as posted on the agenda?
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion by Mr. Ariano. Is there a second?
I'll second.
And a second by Mr. Reeves. Any discussion? Mr. Ariano?
Aye.
Mr. Peña?
Aye.
Mrs. Guerra?
Aye.
Mr. Reeves?
Aye.
Mr. Ramon?
Aye.
Myself, aye. Passes. On to item number 8, the action items. 8A, consider and approve the budget amendment for the 2601 regarding increase or decrease functional expenditure category for the 2025-2026 general fund budget. Dr. Davina?
Yes, this particular item, we just want to be consistent with how we need to spend our money. So we are just moving across functions money in order to meet the needs of the district. So the budget remains the same as far as the revenues. Nonetheless, we're just moving them to different places. For example, buying the shields that we're going to need now for security. We didn't have money there in August, so we need to place money. So we're just taking it from another function, but the total is still remaining the same.
Thank you, Dr. Davina. Is there a motion at this time? We have a motion by Mr. Ramon. Is there a second?
I'll second.
A second by Mr. Peña. Is there any discussion? Mr. Ariano?
Aye.
Mr. Peña?
Aye.
Mrs. Guerra?
Aye.
Mr. Reeves?
Aye.
Mr. Ramon?
Aye.
And myself, aye, motion passes. On to item 8B, consideration of possible action to elect and discontinue the district participation and the health insurance and other benefits offered by the Teacher Retirement System of Texas, the TRS, to notify TRS no later than December 31st, 2025, and to be effective no later than September 1st of 2026. Dr. Trevino?
Yes, healthcare seems to be on the rise, and every year our insurance is becoming more and more expensive for our employees. So back on November the 20th, we brought to you a workshop that specifically discussed healthcare and going in a different direction to see what other options we could offer our employees. Even though the board was very generous last year in increasing our contributions to each employee to $375 as opposed to $300, the prices continue to rise. So we just want to be able to provide our employees with other options. And if at the end it's still not, what we would like, eventually we could always go back to TRS. So we recommend that we opt out of TRS, giving them sufficient notice so that we can move into looking at other avenues to provide savings and quality insurance for our staff.
Thank you, Dr. Trevino. Is there a motion at this time?
So moved.
We have a motion by Mr. Ramon. Is there a second?
Second.
A second by Mr. Reeves. Any discussion?
We haven't gone out yet though, right? You're just,
Right, and the next item, we do have something.
Is there any other questions? Mr. Ariano?
aye.
Mr. Peña?
Aye.
Mrs. Guerra?
Aye.
Mr. Reeves?
Aye.
And Mr. Ramon? And myself, aye, motion passes. On to item 8C, consideration of possible action to award the contract for insurance record to Robertson Brokerage Firm and health insurance. Dr. Trevino?
Yes, at this point, we are recommending to go with the Robinson Broker Firm. They are vetted through Region 19. They are part of the VI boards. And so we will be looking at hiring her as either a consultant or with her law firm, the Robinson Brokerage Firm. She's the lady that presented at the last workshop.
So we're hiring them for the insurance or just as a broker?
Well, she will be the one going out
Out
there
for the
seeking,
bids, right.
seeking, right.
More of a consultant. More of a consultant than a broker.
This for a one-year term, Dr. Terry?
This is for a one-year term. And if we're happy with it, then we could continue.
All right.
I have a question. So when the consultant finds the insurance package, that's going to be presented to us and approved, or does that?
That's a very good question. So we would form a committee, an insurance committee, so then they can evaluate. She will vet it as far as the top three. And then the committee will come look at the top three companies, whether it's Blue Cross or United or whatever. And based on what they offer, she's gonna vet it for us. So then the committee will come in, and then it will be the committee who will ultimately make the decision or the recommendation to bring to the board.
So that workshop that we did back in November, that was just showing all the different, I guess, things that she has to offer or they have to.
They will only do the medical part, not the dental.
Okay, so that's what they're gonna go.
Just the medical.
Okay.
Correct.
So then she's gonna come with us, present several options, A, B, and C, and then our own committee with our own employees is going to vet this, ask questions, and pick what's best for our staff.
That's correct.
I like that idea. I like that idea because we actually or involved in making the selection. Is there any other questions at this time or comments?
If there's additional questions, I believe someone is here from the firm to answer those questions.
So move.
Well, at this time, we have a motion by Mr. Ramon to consider awarding the contract for insurance brokerage of record to the Robinson Brokerage Firm and Health Insurance. Is that correct, Mr. Ramon? Yes, okay.
I will second it.
And we have a second by Mrs. Guerra. Is there any other discussion? Mr. Ariano?
Aye.
Mr. Peña?
Aye.
Mrs. Guerra?
Aye.
Mr. Reed?
Aye.
Mr. Ramon?
Aye.
And myself, aye, motion passes. On to item 8D, consideration of possible action of the administrative incentive structure for A-rated campuses and B-rated campuses, beginning with the data collection from the 2025-2026 school year. Dr. Trujillo?
Yes, I'm really excited to bring before you a recommendation. So we have incentives for teachers, right? TIA, which is the teacher development, and teachers receive additional, I guess funds, and, they get paid for doing excellent work. So we'd like to propose to provide an incentive structure singling out the district's value in measuring student growth and campus effectiveness by rewarding administrators for improving student outcomes. We strengthen a culture where leadership decisions are intentionally aligned with academic excellence, data-driven interventions, and continuous improvement. So I propose that Alice ISD provide a little incentive for our administrators because of their overall academic performance. So at the end of this year, if we have any A-rated campuses, which we anticipate we will, we'd like to give principals $10,000 for those schools that are rated an A. Deans of instruction for those schools, $5,000. Assistant principals, $3,500. If we have B-rated campuses, that we give principals a $6,000 incentive, deans of instruction, $3,000, and assistant principals, $1,750. Where would these funds come from? So the state gives us TIA money. The district is able to keep 10% of it for administrative costs. So we believe that with those administrative costs, we will be able to cover these incentives. It's important that we recognize the principals too for their efforts. So this is a way that we feel that we can recognize them for the work, so they feel valued and important. So, and of course, the bar is high. We want an A, and so that will be an additional $10,000 for them. But we do feel that, one, they deserve it, and two, I think Ms. Guerra said she understands the sweat and the tears behind all that accountability. The district could use TIA and the state could fund it at 100% if the entire district was TIA, which every teacher would qualify. Right now, Alice ISD is not under that umbrella. We only have the core teachers, and we're adding special ed, the reading specialists, but we're not in 100%. Maybe in a couple of years we would be, and that's why we want to use that 10% of the administrative costs to cover these incentives. So we're recommending that you all approve that.
To make a motion that we approve the administrative incentive structure for A-rated campuses and B-rated campuses, beginning with the data collection of 25-26 school year.
And I'll second.
Thank you. I have a motion by Mrs. Gann and a second by Mr. Peña. Is there any question or discussion at this time? No? Okay. Mr. Ariano?
Aye.
Mr. Peña?
Aye.
Mrs. Guerra? Aye. Mr. Reed?
Aye.
Mr. Ramon?
Aye.
And myself, aye. Motion passes. Thank you. On to item number 8E, consideration of possible action on the Alice High School Target Improvement Plan.
I invite Ms. Lori Ortman to the podium to discuss how Alice High School is preparing to meet their goals.
Good evening, Dr. Trevino, board members, and audience. It is a requirement of the Texas Education Agency that any campus receiving learning acceleration support, which are LASSO funds, complete and submit a targeted improvement plan. Alice High School is currently a recipient of the Learning Acceleration Support Opportunities Grant, and it is therefore required to develop and submit a TIP. A targeted improvement plan is a strategic tool designed to address specific areas of need in order to strengthen student achievement and overall campus performance. TIPs are required when schools demonstrate underperformance in identified areas and need a focused, data-driven approach to improve educational outcomes. Through the TIP process, campuses identify areas of weakness, establish clear and measurable goals, and implement targeted strategies aimed at increasing performance levels. I want to emphasize that Alice High School would not have had to submit a TIP had we not received LASSO funding. A lot of the work that we submit addressing the strengths and weaknesses were presented by Dr. Kabala today in the Alice High School update, along with our campus improvement plan that we implement at the high school. So Dr. Kabala and I are asking for board approval of the TIP plan. Any questions? Thank you.
This time, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. We have a motion by Mr. Reeves to approve the action on the Alice High School Target Improvement Plan. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
And a second by Mrs. Guerra. Is there any discussion? No? Mr. Ariano?
Aye.
Mr. Peña?
Aye.
Mrs. Guerra?
Aye.
Mr. Reeves?
Aye.
Mr. Ramon?
Aye.
And myself, aye. Motion passes. On to item 8F, recommended approval of the academic calendar for the 2026-2027 school year. Dr. Trevino?
Yes, this past month, we had employees select a calendar for the 25-26 school year. This was led by Ms. Gracie Garcia. She met with the committee multiple times. The committee narrowed down their recommendations to 2. It was sent out for vote. She's sharing with me earlier today that this is one of the highest in participation by the employees. We have close to 74% of the employees vote on the calendar. They did vote for calendar B overwhelmingly. 79.48% of our staff voted for calendar B. I do want to highlight that the committee was very strategic in placing 3 additional days for teachers to plan and prep for, which would be like September the 4th, February the 5th, and October the 19th, as dates for teachers to have an opportunity to prepare for the upcoming 6 weeks. So we're excited for that, and we just ask for approval because that's the one that overwhelmingly the staff voted on. And we want to vote on it early enough so people can make summer plans and be able to make decisions for their families.
Thank you, Dr. Trevino. At this time, do we have a motion to approve the academic calendar for the 2026-2027 school year?
I'll make a motion to approve the academic calendar for 26-27 school year as noted by draft B. Is that correct, Dr. Trevino?
Yes, sir.
Draft B.
Thank you, Mr. Peña. We have a second by Mrs. Guerra. Is there any discussion? No? Mr. Ariano?
Aye.
Mr. Peña?
Aye.
Mrs. Guerra?
Aye.
Mr. Reeves?
Aye.
And Mr. Ramon?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. Now on to item
7B1.
7B1, which was pulled from the consent agenda and is now part of an action item. 7B1, Alice ISD District Improvement Plans and Capital Improvement Plan.
And I invite Mr. Salazar to the podium. This is important that we understand what the plan for the district is as far as goals, expectations, and how we're going to execute. So I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Trevino, distinguished board members, board president, and audience for allowing me to do this. And first of all, I'd like to just be, even before I start the district improvement plan, you've already heard the high school give their pitch, and you've heard Ms. Well, I was going to say Ms. Vasquez, keep saying Vasquez, in reference to what they're doing. And basically, that's what the district improvement plan is. It's coming up with a great plan and making sure you execute it. And it's not done just by one individual or a few individuals, it's by the entire district, community, parents, and so forth. And that's what you're gonna see in this plan. The first thing you're gonna be seeing is gonna be the vision, how it's led, and many of the campuses as well have their own vision, but this is a district improvement plan vision. All students will have the opportunity to become responsible citizens, develop creative and independent thinking, acquire 21st century skills, and be future ready to enter post-secondary careers and or graduation. Before you get started with the district improvement plan, just like Dr. Cabal was mentioning, you have to make sure that you have a specific needs assessment. In this case, it's a comprehensive needs assessment. So what does it take? You have to have accountability, student demographic, review student demographics, student programs, evaluation of those, execution of those, staff experience, improvement of planning data. Once you go through those, you're going to address different groups. And you're going to have strengths and you're going to have weaknesses. The strengths, I can tell you, are a strong core of veteran educators. Reflected by 25% of our teachers having at least 11 to 20 years of experience. 14% of those teachers have at least 21 to 30 years of experience. That's a little over 40% of our teachers have 10 or 11 or more years of experience, and that goes a long way. And you're gonna see more things that add to why we have that experience. That the teacher turnover, I can tell you the teacher turnover has decreased by 20%, demonstrating progress in staff retention. All of those over the last couple of years have been happening. Administrative teams are stable, with principals averaging 6.2 years of experience in the district and improving year over year. In other words, there's consistency in all of those. Other strengths, there has been an attendance increase, and you heard about that also tonight and in months past as far as what has been happening. We used the 2021-2022 school year. It was the attendance for the district ended up at 86.9 back then. At the end of May of 2025, the district was at 92.91%, an increase of 6% for those from 2022 to 2025, excuse me. So again, that's a large number, and you saw some of the savings from just last year. So imagine the savings that you would see from 86% jumping all the way to 92.9%. So that's a tremendous jump. Identification of rates of special education, dyslexia, homeless students, show effective student identification and processes and compliance with the state expectation. Why is that important that we're identifying? Why is that a strength? It's not that it's the number. It's the idea of being specific and identifying the students and make sure you're meeting the needs of those students. It's focusing on individuals. Again, moving toward an A doesn't mean just that you're passing academics. It's that all students are passing. And when you get to that A, it has to be about specific individual students. And that's what everybody's doing in the district. A manageable district enrollment of 4,200 students, a little over 4,200 students. What does that mean? Moving to individualization attention, individualized attention. It's still, we may think that we're a large school district, and we are the largest school district in this area in Jim Wells County, but it's still small enough that the school culture and cultural relationship is happening through all the different campuses. Faster identification of student needs. Like I said, you're looking at individual students and what their needs may be. So with the positives also come some areas of concern. And I will tell you, it's sometimes over the last couple of years, the areas of concerns have been going down. We had to remove some of them because they've become positives. But there has been a decrease, I will say, in the last 5 years, 379 students, and that's an average, and I'll say it like that, mainly because during the COVID time, a lot of school districts were losing students. A lot of them didn't want to come back, and/or of course came homeschooling, online programs. So a lot of school districts, as well as Alice ISD, ended up with losing students to homeschool, and as well they were moving out, possibly back then. But we are seeing a trend where students are moving back in. So when I said you see there a bullet, the hollow bullet, increased efforts to promote attendance. You've heard it all night long. It's about attendance and making sure kids are coming back, monitoring absences and intervening in cases of excessive absences. Also, target special populations with attendance intervention. Provide families, again, the community and the family, the parents, provide families with additional resources to promote attendance and academic progress. Economically disadvantaged students. You know, the district or the state will say that when you have an economically disadvantaged district, especially with 90%, they're going to be struggling. And a lot of those students are going to be at-risk students. And yes, they may be. But I will tell you, the district is not looking at it like that. They're taking on the challenge and they're making sure that every single one of the students and their needs are met. We have a lot of things in place, and you're going to see some of those in a few minutes as well. So then we lead to the district goals. And the district has 5 different goals, as well as the campus improvement plans use these goals to guide them as well, and constant communication. The first goal is student achievement. We'll go over these in a few minutes. The second one, a safe and nurturing environment. The third one, parent, family, and community engagement. And fourth, operational effectiveness and efficiency, and human resources. Most of these have already been discussed throughout this evening. Goal number 1, student achievement, is to provide quality, engaging, and rigorous instruction for all students that incorporate technology and promote student success in college and/or careers. So, in goal 1, I can tell you that there is 7 objectives, and each one of those has individual strategies. We won't go into detail, but I will tell you it's a plan planned down that started off at the end of last year with the data that came in from the STAR scores and how they did. And it's not the overall rate numbers. It's looking at the individual students, like we talked about, the dyslexics, the GT, all your approaching needs and masters, and those that didn't meet it. Why didn't they meet it? And if they didn't meet it, did they have growth? So that each one of those has value. So in order, some of these strategies you're going to see and these objectives are going to be the monitoring of state performance data, professional development. Once you see the data, what are we going to do to make sure that we get our teachers ready, our students ready? Teacher monitoring and support, high quality instructional materials, instruction. We talked about Blue Bonnet, we talked about Amplify. Those are things that are taking place. And like I said, the professional development. If we missed a gap or there was a gap, what is it that we're doing to cover that gap? Focus on GT students. And when we say that, those are our top students. It's not about, oh, who didn't pass. It's about the top students. And we talked about AP classes. What are we doing for them to take them to the next level? Not just our students to pass. It's a master's and meeting those requirements. CCMR. You heard the plan that came in, and I can tell you, you hear about it. The community, the district, the state, the region, and the state is hearing about CCMR, what's happening in this district, because it's happening now from the junior high all the way to the high school. But how did it change? If I go back 5 years and I cover CCMR and see what the difference is, it's amazing. And that's why people are talking about CCMR and what's happening here. Goal number 2, safe and nurturing environment. Create a positive, safe, and secure learning environment for all students and staff. Again, different objective, quite a few objectives on this one because it's very important, as well as different strategy for each one of those. And that's the increased attendance. And you say, why? As far as safe and nurturing. Parents want their kids to be safe. And that's one of the main things. And it's not just about the safety. It's about making sure that we take care of our students once they show up. And in order to do that, the parents have to, we have to have their parent support. So we need to make sure that we tell our parents what we're doing to keep them safe. And as far as also what we're doing to make sure that we meet their needs. Again, whether it's sometimes a little bit hard, but we have to do it, truancy court support. And then at the same time, the social emotional support system. We have different things, not only from our social workers, our counselors, our principals. And I can tell you today, I heard a story or read the story from one of our principals at the high school, how a student reached out to her, one of the assistant principals, and how that student reached out to her and saying, I'm sorry for you always hearing my name being called out on the radio. And when I kept reading it, it was kind of like, okay, where's this going? And his whole thing was, I know you believe in me. Thank you for believing in me. I'll work on changing and so forth. And I was like, man, that's amazing. And he wrote that on one of our programs that we have in place that's usually to make a cry. And this was a positive cry to her. And he, I guess, knew that she was going to be able to see it or somebody was going to address it. And it was just amazing that he used that avenue to make sure he reach out and tell her, thank you. So, I mean, that's sometimes on call. I mean, you don't see that very often that they're making that positive call to an assistant principal. Not a discipline, but say thank you for being there for me. So the social and emotional needs are being met with the different resources and programs that we have, as well as our staff. And that's part of the software to monitor student mental outcries. And then the constant monitoring of campuses and safety and security. You heard our security, and as far as Kim take care of that, as well as his team, as well as teachers and staff. Goal 3, this is the one I love. As far as parent, family, and community engagement, building strong family and community partnerships that promote the Alice ISD vision, mission, and goals. Constant parent and community involvement, and that happens from the top all the way to the bottom, all the different campuses. They're involving the parents in different events, as well as even here at central office with parent roundtables, student roundtables, parent liaisons, getting involved on the campuses, family-friendly campuses, which invite their parents to come, whether it's open house, meet the teacher, or the different events that they have on their campuses in the afternoons. Constant, again, like I said, constant parent-community communication, whether it's social media, parent letters, or whatever it may be, but they're getting them involved and making sure that parents know what's happening on their campuses. Recognizing students, teachers, and staff, and parent-family engagement conferences coming up in February. But I will tell you the recognition that you all allow our teachers and principals to bring and recognize our students, that's amazing. Goal 4, operational effectiveness and efficiency. You heard the first rating as far as the superior rating that we have. That's a lot with communication and the idea of involving not only principals talking to us, but us talking to the principals and giving rationale for why we can use federal monies, why we can't use federal monies, and using them wisely and effectively. That's also looking out for different grants. My job is to make sure that we're compliant, but also finding those grants that are also possible to help our district and make sure that we meet the needs of the students. And it really is a communication for all of us. Human resources build a high effective workforce through strategic recruitment, professional learning, mentoring, and organizational support to retain effective teachers, principals, and other instructional staff. Part of that has to do to ensure campuses are staffed. 2, decrease like I mentioned earlier, there was a decrease of 20% teacher turnover. Teachers are staying because they see the support as well. They're involved in part of this as far as this plan, as far as putting it together. Reduce teacher turnover by helping new teachers New teachers were supported with New Teacher Academy, as well as giving them a mentor. Make sure they're not just thrown out there to hang for themselves or mend for themselves. They were mentored and they're guided throughout this entire school year. Support teachers with professional development. Make sure that they have what they need. Our staff is here to make sure that they meet those needs. And teacher incentive allotment, we talked a little bit about that, and as well now, hopefully our principals will have a taste of that also. Again, the teacher incentive allotment, you do a good job, you're gonna get rewarded for it. And then the 240 tutoring that you all approved at the beginning of the school year. Well, that has to do with allowing our new teachers that still need a few little requirements to make sure that they're fully certified. That's a tutoring tool that was given to those teachers, so that's a great job opportunity. And of course, we do have the job fair recruiting happening in the fall and the spring, and that's a constant thing happening. And stakeholder engagement. So what's the role of the District Education Improvement Committee, and what is it? It's mainly to advise in developing the plan, set goals, and professional development. They make sure that they go through the comprehensive needs assessment and make sure that professional development and the goals are matching what the district needs. Members of this committee are made up of three-fourths teachers, parents, community members, business members, staff, and administrators. So it's a well thought of plan. So the district improvement and campus improvement plans have set timelines also. We're here to make sure that you review some of those guidelines. The plan really is in front of you in a blue folder. If you haven't seen it, it goes into a little bit more depth. It's a general overview. Their focus goals. So campus improvement plans are also there with you. It's behind the district improvement plan, and you basically will have highlights of each one of those campuses and what they have their main focus is for their special needs as far as their campus. So questions and answers. I know I talk fast. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How many are using that 240, the new teachers? Is it pretty good? You getting good feedback on it?
I know we have 63 teachers on it. I know 6 have passed since they started. I know that Ms. Viviana has been meeting with them quite often. We have been monitoring how often are they actually going on there, because they have, once they get enrolled, they have 2 months with it. And so they're finishing off the program. Off the top of my head, I would say a good half of them are using it consistently.
Good.
Dr. Trevino, at this time, is there a motion to approve the Alice ISD District Improvement Plan and Campus Improvement Plan as presented?
I make a motion that we approve the district improvement plan.
Thank you. We have a motion at this time by Mrs. Guerra. Is there a second?
I'll second.
A second by Mr. Reed. Is there any other discussion? No? Mr. Arellano?
Aye.
Mr. Benya?
Aye.
Mrs. Guerra?
Aye.
Mr. Reed?
Aye.
Mr. Ramon? And myself. Motion passes. On to item number 9 on the agenda. Closed our executive meeting or session called in accordance with the following provisions set forth in the Texas Government Code. 9A, Texas Government Code, Section 551.074, Personnel Matters. 9A1, Presentation and Discussion of new hires. 9A2, Presentation and Discussion of retirement. 9A3, Presentation and Discussion of resignations. 9A4, the Personnel Update regarding investigations. 9B, Texas Government Code, Section 551.071, Legal Matters, Board Attorney Advice, and 551.074, Personnel. 9C, pursuant to the Texas Government Code, Sections 551.071 and 551.074, consultation with attorney and discussion regarding legal issues involved in the Cazioni versus Alice ISD in cause number 23-CB-209 in the United States District Court of the Southern District of Texas, Corpus Christi Division. 90 pursuant to the Texas Government Code Section 551.071, consultation with attorney and discussion regarding legal issues involved in the Alice Independent School District versus Property Casualty Alliance of Texas and cause number 21-04-61041 CB. The time is now 8:26, and the board is now going to go into executive session. 9:36 PM, and we are back from executive session. Item 10, board to reconvene an open meeting session to consider take action as necessary on items discussed in closed or executive session. 11, announcement on action items. 11A, consideration and possible action regarding new hires.
I move that we approve administrator
Recommendation, sorry.
or recommendation and hire Jalissa Dominguez, subject to assignment and reassignment as discussed in closed session.
Thank you. We have a motion by Mr. Adriano. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
And a second by Ms. Guerra. Any discussion? Mr. Adriano?
Aye.
Mr. Peña?
Aye.
Mrs. Guerra?
Aye.
Mr. Reeves?
Aye.
Mr. Damon?
Aye.
Myself, aye. Motion passes. 11B, consideration of possible action regarding retirement. That was information item only. 11C, consideration and possible action regarding resignation. Regarding informational item only.
No, we have
No.
a resignation to approve.
No.
Upon replacement.
Oh, you want me to have that motion? Okay, so just, do you remember her name?
Brenda?
Henderson.
Brenda Henderson?
I move that
I
we
move that we
approve
approve Brenda Henderson.
resignation only upon replacement
Resignation
of
only upon
replacement.
So we have a motion to approve only upon replacement and retirement of Brendan Henderson.
Resignation.
Oh, resignation. Only upon the replacement.
Hiring of a replacement for her position.
Okay?
Yes.
Aye. Okay.
Oh, wait, that's a
Need a
motion.
second.
Yeah, we need
I'll
to-
We
second.
have a motion regarding the resignation of Ms. Henderson, and we have a second by Mr. Benya.
Yes.
Is there any other discussion? No. Okay. Mr. Ariano?
Aye.
Mr. Benya?
Aye.
Mrs. Guerra?
Aye.
Mr. Reeves?
Aye.
Mr. Damon?
Aye.
Myself, aye. Motion passes. Item 11D, discussion of possible action regarding ongoing investigations. That's an informational item only. 11E, discussion of possible action regarding legal issues involving the Catskill County versus Alice ISD School District, cause number 2.23-CV-209 in the United States District Court. It's the Southern District of Texas, Corpus Christi Division.
I move that we authorize the superintendent and legal counsel to proceed as discussed in closed session.
Thank you. We have a motion by Mr. Adriano. Is there a second?
Second.
And a second by Mr. Reeves. Any discussion? Mr. Adriano?
Aye.
Mr. Benya?
Aye.
Mrs. Guerra?
Aye.
Mr. Reeves?
Aye.
Mr. Damon?
Aye.
Motion passes. 11F, discussion and possible action regarding legal issues involving the Alice Independent School District versus Property Tax Alliance of Texas and cause number 21-04-61041-CP. That was an informational item only. And on to item number 12, adjourn. Before we adjourn, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. Yes, Merry Christmas. All the attendants, and I hope everyone made a nice day. I know I did. The time is now 9:39 PM and it's still Monday, December 15th, 2025. That makes sense.
I just wrote down how many.